Welcome to Code in Action, a new series where every week I'll walk you through coding a small project in Node.js. Each episode is designed to be short, practical, and hands-on, so by the end you won't just watch me code, but you will also understand how all the pieces fit together, and you will have a project you can run yourself on your own machine. I'll be publishing these walkthroughs every Thursday or so if you're interested in learning programming and backend development by actually building real projects, you're in the right place. By the way, if you're just starting out and want a quick way to discover programming, you should definitely check out my 21-day beginner challenge called Skill Search. I'll drop the link in the description below, and I'll tell you more about it later in the video. So today we're going to write a script in Node.js that teaches some core programming concepts like input and output through a simple command line interface game that asks the user to guess a number between 1 and 100. At each turn, tells the user if the number is too high or too low, and finally outputs the number of attempts it took the user to guess the right number. And without further ado, let's build. Let's start by creating a new file called guessTheNumber.js and open it in our text editor. Within this file, let's create a new function called generateRandomNumber, responsible for returning a random integer between 1 and 100 included. Within the body of the function, let's declare two constants named min and max that will respectively contain the minimum and maximum values in a range of guessable numbers. Let's then use the global math library with the following formula to generate and return a random number comprised between the mix and max values. Let's now declare a second function called runGame, and within its body, declare a constant named number that contains the number the user will have to guess, which is indeed generated using the generateRandomNumber function, and then declare another variable named attempts that will count the number of attempts made by the player. Let's then output a short welcome message and prompt the user to enter a number. Let's now read and capture the user's input by setting up an even listener on the data event of the standard input stream, which takes as second parameter a callback function that will be executed every time the user presses the enter key. Since the value of the input variable is a buffer, we'll have to convert it into a string using its toString method, then remove any white spaces and trailing new lines using its trim method, and finally convert it into an actual number using the global parseInt function. Once we've done that, we're going to increment the value of the attempts variable to keep track of the user's attempt count. So now we're going to start setting up a series of conditions that will define the behavior of the script based on the user's parsed input. So first, we're going to check if the input is not a number using the global isNone function and output an error message indicating that the user must input a valid number. Then we're going to check whether the user's guess is correct, output a success message, the number of attempts it took the user to guess the number, and immediately terminate the script's execution since the game is won. Third, we'll check if the user's guess is greater than the number and output a short message that says too high. And fourth, we'll output another message that says too low in any other case. Finally, at the end of the callback function, we'll prompt the user to guess another number to keep the game going. Now that the implementation of the runGame function is complete, the last thing to do is to invoke the function at the bottom of the script. Now that we're done with the coding part, let's open a new terminal window and run our script using the Node utility. And here it is for today, guys. If this video clicked for you, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and drop a comment below. Now, if you're new to programming, you should definitely check out my Skill Search Challenge, a beginner challenge designed to teach you how to write and run code, build real skills, and help you think like a real developer in just 21 days. And if on the other hand, you're ready to go pro with backend development, you can join the Learn Backend Mastery Program, my complete zero to hero roadmap to becoming a professional Node.js developer in only 12 months. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers.